morning, my dear students. Hope you all are safe. Welcome all to your online class. This is your first chapter. First chapter which you are going to see in this 7th is measurement. What is the first topic which you are going to see? Measurement. Measurement is the first topic. You might have studied this measurement topic in your 6th class, right? In your 6th, you would have studied the basic concepts in measurement. Here, little bit the concepts will be vast and it will be the continuation of your 6th class. In this session, we will see the introduction of this measurement topic. Okay. First, in your 6th, you would have studied what is science, various branches in science, and what is physics, various branches in physics, fundamental forces in nature. In 7th, it is your continuation of the 6th class. Here, the first topic which you are going to see is scope and excitement of physics. What is in the scope and excitement of physics? Scope is nothing but physics is the vast subject. You can't confine physics. Confine physics, you can't explain physics in the short, precise manner. Okay, physics is the vast subject. There are various disciplines in physics. Disciplines in the sense there are various fields in physics. For example, optics, thermodynamics, nuclear physics, thermal physics. In thermodynamics, you will study about heat and temperature effect. In nuclear physics, about the effects of nucleus, atomic physics, atomic structure, what is present in the atom, etc. You will study in atomic physics. Likewise, physics is the vast. Scope of physics is vast. You can't explain it in the confined manner. Confined in the sense precise manner. Okay. Next is your excitement. Excitement in the sense anxiety. What is meant by excitement? What is excitement in physics? It is nothing but earlier days the technologies are not developed that much. Nowadays we have lot of technologies. For example, in your home, if you take your hand will be running. What you will think? How this fan is running? How this fan is running? What makes it to run? I guess you will be thinking, no? That is, it creates some excitement, curiosity to learn physics. That is scope and excitement of physics. Next, nature of physical laws. Nature of physical laws. Spell the word L-A-W-S. It is not L-O-S-S. Don't confuse it with L-O-S-S. This is L-A-W-S laws. Nature of physical laws. Laws are nothing but the universal truth. The statement that have been proved universally by the scientists are called as laws. What are laws? Laws are nothing but the statements that are being universally proved by the scientists are called as the laws. For example, these laws are given by the scientists. They observe, they given some experimentation and they will conclude this law. For example, in physics, take law of conservation of energy. What is law of conservation of energy? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. This can also be disproved by some other rules. Okay. Nature of physical laws. Laws are nothing but statements that are universally proved by the scientists through various experimentation, observations, etc. Next is your physics, technology and society. Physics, technology and society. How these three are related. Now, if we take mobile phones. Earlier days, mobile phones you have only some apps in your mobile phones. Now, there are various apps and various new innovations in mobile phones. It is in some or the other way, it is related to physics. Okay, so technology development or every technology development is some or the other way, it is related to physics. This technology development helps the society. For example, we have grinders in our house, electrical appliances such as grinders, television, etc. Take grinders. Earlier days, what our grandmas might be used, they would have used these stone grinders that are made of stone, right? It will be very weight. It will have a lot of weight. They can't lift it. But nowadays, grinders, we can lift it easily. It had made our lives easier. Okay, that is the development of technology. In that operation of the grinder, there are two energies, namely mechanical energy and electrical energies are involved. So, technology development involves physics in some other way. Okay, but technology development involves physics and it is very much helpful for the society. It is somewhat related to the society. It also has some it also gives some disadvantages to the society, both advantages and disadvantages. Okay, what they are telling here is physics, technology and society are somewhat interrelated. Next is your fundamental forces in nature. In your 6th standard you would have studied this topic, fundamental forces in nature. There the same concept will be here, and there what is meant by force? You would have studied force is nothing but push or pull of the object in your 6th standard, right? It is the basic concept of force. Now here in this 7th session, force, what they have defined force is nothing but force is nothing but the external agency applied on a body to change its state of rest and motion. What is force? Force is nothing but the external agency applied on a body to change its state of rest and motion. There are two states involved here. What are the two states involved here? State of rest and state of motion. Both the objects in the rest state and object in the motion. Motion is nothing but movement. Okay, here the motion refers to movement. Both the objects at rest position and objects that are moving. External force is nothing but the external agency applied on a body to change its state of rest and motion. Two states are involved here, namely state of rest and state of motion. Motion is nothing but movement. Now, if a book is placed on a table, the book will be at the rest position. Until I apply, if I go and take the book and place it in the other position, the book will be in the rest. Okay, I apply some force. Some force is applied to take that book and place it in the, and some force is applied to take that book, right? That is the state. If the book is placed in a place, if a book is placed on a table, I have to apply some force to take the book from the table. The book will be at the rest position, right? That is the state of rest and state of motion, moving object. External agency applied on a body to change its state of rest and motion is called as the force. This definition is given by Newton. The definition of force, this definition of force is given by Sir Isaac Newton. Next, what are the four fundamental forces that you have studied in 6? Four fundamental forces are gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force. You would have studied in your 6th. Now, before getting into this topic, we must know what is meant by, to study the strong nuclear and weak nuclear, we must know what is meant by nucleus, etc. Right? Now, before getting into this, we shall study the atomic structure. This will not be given in your book. Okay, this is the extra information to tell you what is nucleus, what is the cell inside the nucleus. Now, what is an atom? Atom is nothing but the smallest unit of the chemical element. The inner core of the atom consists of nucleus. Nucleus is present at the center of the atom. This nucleus consists of protons and neutrons. What are protons? Protons are positively charged particles. Neutrons are neutrally charged particles. This nucleus consists of protons and neutrons. Nucleus is present at the center of the atom. At this orbit, these circles are called as the orbits. At this orbits or the outer orbit, electrons will revolve around the nucleus. Clear? Now, fundamental forces, gravitational force. Gravitational force is nothing but it is the weakest force and it is long range force. Why it is called as the weakest force? Now gravity, what is meant by gravity? We all might be know. You might know that the Newton, story of Newton, how Newton gave this law, right? How he gave this law? He went and sat under an apple tree, and apple fell from the tree, and it got attracted towards the earth. Why it got attracted towards the earth? Due to some gravity that is present on the earth. Likewise, that is called as the gravitational force. The gravity which attracts the apple towards the earth is the gravitational force. It is called as the weak force. Now, we human beings are walking on the ground, right? Are we getting attracted towards the earth? No, we are flexible. We are moving here and there. So, that's what it is not attracting all the objects, right? So, it is called as the weakest force. It does not have that much attractive power. So, it is called as the weakest force. It is the long range and weakest force. Next is your electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force. From this word itself it is clear, it involves two properties, namely electrical property and magnetic property. Right? Electromagnetic involves two properties, electrical and magnetic property. This electromagnetic force is a strong force and long range. Gravitation is a weaker force and long range. This electromagnetic is strong force and it is long range force. Next is your strong nuclear force. Yes, I have explained you about atomic structure, right? What are present inside the nucleus? Protons and neutrons. In this strong nuclear force, protons and neutrons are binded inside the nucleus and it evolves enormous amount of energy. Strong nuclear force. From this word itself it is clear that it is the strong force, right? This strong nuclear force is the strongest of all the forces and it is short range. Why it is called as the short range? As this nucleus is present at the center. Okay, it has only short distance, right? So it is called as the short range force. Strong nuclear force is the strongest and short range force. Next is your weak nuclear force. Is from the words itself it is clear, it might be clear for you. Strong in the sense it is the strongest, weak, this is the weak force. And this weak, as though it is the weak force, it is not that much weak as the gravitational force. Of all the forces, gravitational force is the weakest force. Okay, weak nuclear force. Weak nuclear force is the weakest and short range force. What are the four fundamental forces? Gravitational, electromagnetic, strong nuclear, weak nuclear. Gravitational force is the weakest and long range force. Electromagnetic is strong and long range force. Strong nuclear is strongest and short range force. Weak nuclear, weakest and short range. We have seen four fundamental forces in nature. For example, gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force. Yes, what is gravitational force? Gravitational force is the weakest force and long range force. What is electromagnetic force? It is a strong and long range force. Strong nuclear force is the strongest and short range. Weak nuclear is weakest and short range. Clear? Now we will discuss about the forces in detail. This you would have studied in your 6th class. The same will be given here. No other difference will be there. Next, first force is your gravitational force. What is gravitational force? Force of mutual attraction between two objects by virtue of their masses. What is gravitational force? Force of mutual attraction between two objects by virtue of their masses. Force of mutual attraction. What is the force of mutual attraction? Now, what Newton observed? He sat under a tree Apple fallen from the tree and it gets attracted towards the earth. What are the two objects that are mentioned here? Object, apple and the earth. Apple got attracted towards the earth. That is mutual attraction between two objects. Okay, apple and the earth. That is the best example for this gravitational force. Yes, force of mutual attraction between two objects by virtue of their masses is called as the gravitational force. Next is your electromagnetic force. I have said you before, this force involves two properties, namely electrical property and magnetic property. What is electromagnetic force? Force between charged particles when charges are at rest. This electromagnetic force involves Coulomb's law. What is Coulomb's law? Force is directly proportional to product of charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. This is your proportionality sign. Proportionality sign is this. Force is directly proportional to product of charges. Q1 and Q2 are the charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between these two charges. What are the two charges? You would have studied in your lower class. What are the two charges? Positive charge and negative charge. These two charges has two major properties. Can you say what are the two major properties of charges? Attractive property and repulsive property. What is attractive property? Two opposite charges gets attracted each other. Unlike charges get attracted each other. Unlike in the sense opposite. Like charges get repel each other. Like in the sense two same charges will get repel each other. Now look at this diagram. There are two charges. Positive charge and positive charge. These two are like charges, that is same charges, both are positive. The distance between these two charges is r. Okay, what is the distance between these two charges? R. So force is directly proportional to these two charges and inversely proportional to distance between square of the distance between these two charges. Is it clear? Now I want to remove this proportionality sign. So I am introducing this Coulomb's constant K. Okay, what does this K represent? It represents, it is the Coulomb constant. To remove this proportionality, we are introducing this constant called K. K is nothing but the Coulomb constant. Okay, force is equal to K. K is nothing but the Coulomb constant Q1 Q2 divided by R square. This is your Coulomb's law. This electromagnetic force is a strong force compared to gravitational force. Next is your strong nuclear force. Strong nuclear force. It is a strong force. From the word it is clear that this force is the strong force. This strong nuclear force binds protons and neutrons inside the nucleus. I have explained the atomic structure, right? Nucleus is at the center of the atom. It consists of protons and neutrons. Next, this strong nuclear force is the strongest force. It is 100 times stronger than the electromagnetic force. Next is your weak nuclear force. This weak nuclear force appears in beta decay of nucleus. This is your nucleus, 0 and 1. This represents your nucleus. Nucleus gets decayed and it emits an electron and neutrino. Neutrino, spell the word neutrino. N-E-U-T-R-I-N-O. Neutrino. Neutrinos are nothing but the uncharged particles. Electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged. This is the symbol for neutrino. These neutrinos are uncharged particles. Next, this weak nuclear force is not as weak as gravitational force but weaker than strong and electromagnetic force. As I have said before, gravitational force is the weakest of all the forces. This weak nuclear force is also the weakest force but not as weak as gravitational force. But it is weaker. These two forces are the stronger force, right? So it is weaker than electromagnetic and strong nuclear force. Is it clear? Four fundamental forces: gravitational, electromagnetic, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force. This is weakest and long range force. This is strong and long range force. This strong nuclear force will be strongest but short range force. This weak nuclear force is weakest and short range. Is it clear? Yes. So far we have seen the introduction topic of this chapter 1, measurement. We have seen scope and excitement of physics, nature of physical laws, physics, technology and society, interrelationship between physics, technology and society. Next, fundamental forces in nature. Now we are getting into the topic named measurement. What is measurement first? What is measurement? Measurement plays a major role in every action. For example, if we go for the tailor shop, if we give a dress to stitch, what they will do first? They will measure. They will measure the length, height, etc. Right? If your mom is cooking in your house, for this amount of rice, this much of water is required. They will measure the volume of water. So measurement plays a major role in every actions. What is the definition for measurement? Measurement is nothing but it is the comparison of unknown quantity with known fixed quantity of same kind. Now, take if your mom is cooking, she knows for this amount of rice, this much of water is required. First, she will be giving it is fixed quantity. With that fixed quantity, what she will do? She will add the same amount of water to the rice and she will cook. So it is the comparison between the unknown quantity with known fixed quantity of same kind. What is measurement? Measurement is nothing but it is the comparison of unknown quantity with known fixed quantity of same kind. Now in measurement you have various units and quantities. What is meant by quantities? It is the amount of substance. Quantity is nothing but amount of substance. Units are derived from quantities. For example, if you want to measure the length of this table, length is the quantity. From this length, unit of length is meter. How will you measure the length? Length is measured in meter. Now, if you are getting a land, if you are buying a land is measured in acre, etc. Right? Acres. How they will measure the land? They will measure land in acres and square feet, etc. They will be measuring in square feet, acres, etc. Now, for measuring the area of the flat, it is measured in square feet, acres, etc. To reduce these much of units, nowadays modern system of unit is being followed. Modern system of unit is nothing but it is the SI system. SI is nothing but Standard International System. What is this SI system? This SI system denotes Standard International System. This is the modern system of measurement. In SI system, there are various subdivisions, namely CGS, FPS, MKS, MKSA, MKSC. What is this CGS? CGS is the acronym. Acronym is the short form. Acronym of centimeter, gram, second. What does this CGS denote? Centimeter, gram, second. The first letter of these words. Centimeter, C, gram, G, second, S. First letter of these words are given a CGS system. CGS is the acronym for centimeter, gram, second. Next is your FPS system. FPS system is nothing but food, pound, second system. Food, pound and second. The centimeter you will measure length in centimeter and meter. Gram, you will measure mass in gram. Second, you will measure time in seconds. Unit of time is second. Next, FPS system. Food, pound, second. Next is your MKS system. MKS system is nothing but mass, kilogram and second. What is the MKS system? Mass, kilogram and second. Now MKSA. What is this A denotes? MKS is nothing but mass, kilogram, second. What is this A then? A is nothing but electric charge is unit of electric charge is ampere. First they have said the unit of electric charge is ampere. That is the MKS system. Now it is modified and unit of electric charge is coulomb. Now MKSC is nothing but coulomb. Mass, kilogram, second and coulomb. Coulomb is nothing but unit of electric charge is coulomb. Now what are the SI systems? CGS system, FPS system, MKS system, MKSA. A is nothing but unit of electric charge ampere. MKSC. C is nothing but coulomb. Next is your quantities. Quantities, as I said, quantities are nothing but amount of substance. Quantities are majorly classified into two: fundamental quantities and derived quantities. What are the two quantities? Fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Yes, what are called as fundamental quantities? Quantities that can be expressed in terms of other quantities. Quantities that cannot be expressed in terms of other quantities are called as fundamental quantities. What are the fundamental quantities? Quantities that cannot be expressed in terms of other quantities. For example, length, breadth. Unit of length is meter. Unit of breadth is also meter. Now instead of length can be length is measured in meter. Length is only 1. Instead of length there is no other word. That is what given here. Cannot be expressed in terms of other quantities. Now derived is derivation. It will be taken from some other quantities. Can be expressed in terms of other quantities. Now in physics you might have done derivation right for the problems. How you will do derivations? From the formula which you have learned before, from that formula you will derive, right, step by step. Derivation is nothing but it is taken from some other quantities. Can be expressed in terms of other quantities. For example, unit of length is meter. Now how will you measure the area? What is the formula for area? Area is nothing but length into breadth. Both this length and breadth are combined to calculate the area. Is it clear? What is the formula for area? Length into breadth. These two fundamental quantities combines and it gives answer for this derived quantities. So what is the derived quantities? It can be expressed in terms of other quantities. For example, area, volume. What is the formula for volume? Length into breadth into height. So length, breadth and height combines and we calculate the volume. That is the derived quantity. Is it clear? Fundamental quantities, they cannot be expressed in terms of other quantities. Derived quantities, they can be expressed in terms of other quantities. Example, length, breadth. Length, breadth, height are examples for fundamental quantity. Derived quantity, area, volume, density are example for derived quantities. Is it clear? Now, quantity, unit and symbol. Now we have seen length, area, volume. What are the unit and symbols for them? Unit of length. How will you measure length? Length is measured in meter. The short form symbol for meter. Symbol is nothing but that how the m can be expressed in short. Length. Unit of length is meter. Meter is expressed by the symbol m. Next is your mass. Unit of mass. How will you measure mass? If you are getting rice, if you are getting something in the shop, how will they measure? They will measure in kilogram. Mass is measured in kilogram. This kilogram is expressed with the symbol kg. Here, mass is measured in kilogram. Kilogram symbol for kilogram is kg. Next, your time. How will you measure your time? Time is measured in seconds. Seconds symbol for second is s. How will you measure time in seconds? Symbol for second is s. Temperature. How will you measure temperature? Temperature is measured in Kelvin. Symbol for Kelvin is K. There, symbol for Kelvin is K. Next, electric current. Unit of electric current is ampere. Ampere is measured with the symbol A, expressed by the symbol A. Unit of electric current is ampere. Ampere is measured, expressed by the symbol A. Amount of substance. Amount of substance is, unit of amount of substance is mole. M-O-L-E, mole. Symbol for mole is M-O-L. Is it clear? Unit quantity, length. Unit of length is meter. Meter is expressed by the symbol M. Mass. Mass, unit of mass is kilogram. Kilogram is expressed by the symbol kg. Time. Unit of time is second. Second is expressed by the symbol S. Unit of temperature is Kelvin. Kelvin is measured by the symbol K. Unit of electric current is ampere. Ampere is measured by the symbol A. Amount of substance. Unit of amount of substance is mole. And the symbol for mole is, spelling for mole is M-O-L-E. And its symbol is M-O-L. So clear? So far we have seen what definition of measurement. What is the definition of measurement? It is the comparison of unknown quantity with the known fixed quantity of same kind. They will ask you in 2 marks. Define measurement. Measurement is nothing but it is the comparison of unknown quantity with known quantity of same kind. Next, system of units. SI system is the modern system which is being followed now. In this SI system, these are all the acronyms for this: CGS system, FPS system, MKS system, MKSA system, MKSC system. CGS is nothing but centimeter gram second, FPS foot pound second, MKS mass kilogram second, MKSA mass kilogram second ampere, MKSC mass kilogram second coulomb. Unit of electric charge is coulomb. Next, quantities. Quantities are of 2 types: fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Quantities that cannot be expressed in terms of other quantities are fundamental quantities. Quantities that can be expressed in terms of other quantities or derived quantities. Example for fundamental quantities: length, breadth. Example for derived quantities: area, volume. Next, various quantities, their units and their symbols. Unit of length is meter and symbol is M. Unit of mass is kilogram, symbol is kg. Unit of time is second, symbol is S. Unit of temperature is Kelvin, symbol is K. Unit of electric current, ampere, symbol is A. Amount of substance is mole and the symbol is MOL. Yes, with this session gets end. Yes, maintain a separate note for physics, separate unrolled note for physics, and your home assignment will be given. Yes, write everything in your classwork note. Your classwork note will be checked by the institution. Yes, thank you.